Welcome to the Geeks and Greeks podcast. We bring you the latest and greatest in the world of sports. I'm Adam.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Tom. And in this episode for Wednesday, January 28th, 2026, we have Geeks and Greeks news.
We're also going to recap the conference round. I'm going to make a big Super Bowl. We're going to do the NFL Postmortem of the Broncos.
So, grab your favorite sports teams jerseys, settle in with some snacks. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and get ready for an adrenaline-packed ride through the world of sports. And here we go. All right, guys, another week, another dollar. Before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe on the episode. It always helps us out. We love you guys. And then into the show.
Sure.
How was your guys' week?
My week has been pretty good. We got hit with a huge snowstorm over the weekend. I love snow. I'm in heaven. I've been snowed in since Sunday. I have left my house exactly one time. It is wonderful. I gone out and shoveled. I should say I left my property exactly one time. I've gone out, played the snow, I've shoveled, I've done all that fun stuff. But I actually got in the car and ventured into the world exactly one time since Sunday. It's wonderful. It's cold. It's snowy.
I got hit by a really bad illness the same day as this snowstorm. It might have been me shoveling my driveway, and if it not for the help of my neighbor Chris, who loaned me his snowblower, thank you, I probably never would have gotten it done. But
yeah, it's cold, it's snowy. I'm in hell. I hate this. I hate this so much, man. I'm the exact opposite of Pete. I fucking hate this. I hate snow. I hate the cold. I don't know about quite what your temperatures are out there, Pete, but today our low was -4 with a negative 19 degree wind chill. It was bitterly cold here. It sucks.
No, you guys you're honestly a good 20 to 30 degrees below us still. We're hovering in the 19 to 25 range most days.
Yeah, it's the lows here the last week or so have been right around 0 with negative wind chills. So the kids haven't gone at least I'm pretty sure Tom's you're probably the same way. Kids haven't been in school since Friday because it's been so cold and the snow and everything. So they've had remote learning since Friday. So
yeah. See, that's the secret. I'm divorced and my kids are at mom's house this week. So I am home alone in this winter wonderland. That's the big difference. I am enjoying the peace of my house, and I've been cleaning like crazy. My house is so clean. It's great.
I worked from home Monday, and then because I'm it was still because we got our snow on Sunday, so I'm they're still plowing and everything like that. So I'm because we got 6 to I think 6.5 to 7.5 inches on Sunday, something like that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
We'll let them dig this stuff out still a little bit. So I went in yesterday and today, but yeah, it's just been bitterly cold. It sucks. I hate this so much.
Honestly, right now is the best I've felt in 4 days, and it might be the whiskey, but it might not be. But that brings us into Geeks and Greeks news. To kick off Geeks and Greeks news, Todd Monken is the new head coach of the Browns, and that's causing some other problems in the Browns coaching staff. Do you want to take this one, Adam?
Yeah, that's putting it mildly. So the Browns had interviewed Jim Schwartz, who had been there. I'm pretty sure when Kevin Stefanski came in, he was either brought in as the defensive coordinator or was already there possibly because the Browns had a good defense. And he interviewed for the head coaching spot and did not get the position. And so Cleveland decided to bring in Todd Monken after Mike McDaniel and somebody else both said no. I forget who the other coach was that did not take it. And so Munkin came in. And Schwartz decided to peace out, and he is leaving the organization. So now they have to find a new defensive coordinator, which is going to hurt the Browns a lot because Jim Schwartz, is a very, very good defensive coordinator. And the Browns defense is the only reason they would win 3 to 4 games a year. It was not that offense.
Right.
So.
No, I mean, that's gotta hurt, man. I mean, being passed over, but finding out they had to go to the third option and they still passed over you. Like
Yeah.
that's a deep cut.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this briefly before we started rolling, but I feel like he has proven he's not a very good head coach. He did not do very good in Detroit when he was there. I know he's a very good defensive coordinator. He usually has a top 10 defense. He was in Philly. He had a great defense when he was in Philly. I was sad to see him go. But I think we've done this experiment before. He should probably know that. And I understand how much it hurts to get passed over, and I would absolutely leave too. But at the same time, if I were Jim Schwartz at this point, I wouldn't be interviewing for head coaching positions. I would be like, I'm a defensive coordinator. That's what I do.
Lean into your strengths.
Right? Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it.
I mean, it's not, maybe I wouldn't necessarily say, because he's only had one head coaching job that I know of, and it was in Detroit. And I mean, let's be fair, Detroit in the 2000s was a literal dumpster fire, much like the Browns are. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, is at the same time, it's never a bad thing to try to get a raise. I mean, going from making a few $100,000 to making a few $1 million, that's a lot of a lot of change in your pocket, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I
I
mean,
can see why he'd be mad about it, and I'd see why he'd also maybe want to try it again. I mean, he also that's been a long time since he was a head coach. I mean, he may have learned a lot and things may have changed. I'd want at least one more chance to see what's happened, you know? But
yeah.
I mean, we still got head coaching spots that are open. You know, he may go interview for Oakland. He may go interview for Arizona. You know, we've still got some head coaching spots, a couple that are still open. You never know. Or he may go for a defensive coordinator spot at one of those places. We've got some defensive coordinator spots that are still going to be open as well. So, because guys are
Yeah.
still moving around at this point. So you never know.
Well, that's the other thing. I think I'd leave no matter what. Even if I took a DC job somewhere else, I'd just be
Yeah.
like, bro, you guys interviewed me. I'm right
Yeah.
here this whole time.
I've been here for at least, I mean, Stefanski was there for at least, I think, 3 or 4 years. He was there for a while.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he knows the players, he knows the team, he knows the organization. So, I mean, I'm kind of excited to see what Todd Monken can do, though. Speaking of him that they're bringing in, like, this guy got Lamar an MVP with no real receivers to speak of. He had an old DeAndre Hopkins when he was there. I think a rookie Zay Flowers. Mark Andrews was the best receiver they had. I think that may have been the first year of Derrick Henry, but he's not a receiving threat. He's not a receiving back like that. He's not like he was Christian McCaffrey that's, they're not going to line him up in the slot. So, I mean, and that was the year that Lamar he had 41 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. I'm kind of excited to see what he can do with that offense and what he can work with Gabriel and Shador and whoever else they bring in. So, definitely a challenge, but I'm excited to see what he can work.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be exciting to watch. We're gonna watch it regardless because of Shador. Like, he's the he's the spectacle. So I feel
That's
like
a
I'm going to
good
be paying
word,
attention to the Browns no matter
spectacle.
what. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Speaking of Shador Sanders, the 2026 Pro Bowl will be held on Tuesday, February 3rd. Tell us you're
Tuesday.
irrelevant without telling us you're irrelevant.
Who plays football on a Tuesday? Like, this is not a thing.
PAL League? Does the PAL League football play on Tuesday?
League. All I can think of is, you guys ever watch the show The Happy Place or The Good Place?
Oh, yeah.
You remember when he was explaining time and the guy's name was Jimmy and he dotted the I and everyone was like, what's this part? He's like, well, it's kind of hard to explain. It's kind of like a never-ending existential cycle, but mostly it's just Tuesday.
I mean,
Oh.
yeah.
Tuesday is honestly my least favorite day of the week. I'm not going to lie. But maybe it'll be made better with football. Who knows?
And for all of those 49ers who made the Pro Bowl and you were dreaming of an far off destination, no, it's in San Francisco this year. And
did they change it to the whoever's hosting the Super Bowl also hosts the Pro Bowl?
I think that's right. I think that's the notion.
That's so dumb, dude. I miss when the Pro Bowl used to be in Hawaii. That was such a cool thing. I think the players enjoyed that more too, to be honest with you.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. Back then, the head coach who lost the conference championship would be the head coach of the Pro Bowl. And Andy Reid
was
he
always the head coach.
He went to 4. So he was like, they got a reserve suite for me here. I'm really kind of sick of Hawaii. I want to go to the Super Bowl, damn it.
I mean, I get that. I can understand that. You know, I want to give a shout out to Fort Wayne native Ben Swanrek for making the Pro Bowl from Pittsburgh.
Look at that. There you go.
Missed that one. Good job.
Yeah, he's on the Pittsburgh roster as making the Pro Bowl.
Look at that.
I do want to give a quick shout out to the 6 Seahawks and the 2 Patriots who made the Pro Bowl, but will not be participating, as is the tradition of the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. Or the guys that made the Pro Bowl that are also injured and will not be participating in the Pro Bowl. Like the entirety of the San Francisco roster.
Right. Yeah. We're talking about going to an exotic place. I'm like, guys, they're not showing up.
Yeah.
Exotic place they're going is called rehab.
Same with Micah Parsons. He's the only the only person from Green Bay to make the Pro Bowl that will not be participating.
Right. Only medals they're getting are from their physical therapist.
Yeah. It's a participation trophy called You Get to Walk Again.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, man. But I wanted to ask you, Pete, about this. We were kind of, real quick, kind of going back to the coaching thing. What'd you think about Dallas getting the defensive backs coach out of Philly?
I mean, I hate the fact that he went to Dallas. Like, you know, you always hate to see interconference go. I feel like you're going to steal all their secrets. It sucks to see the defense fall apart. I feel like as long as we have Vic Fangio, we'll be okay. It's a little scary. I mean, you guys' defense has been your Achilles heel forever. And now you're going to get a guy who's studied under Fangio a couple of years. So your defense will probably get a lot better. But, I mean, I'm not heartbroken.
Yeah, it was weird to see that they hired someone from Philly. I'm like, holy crap, Philly gave him up to Dallas. Like, they actually gave him permission to interview with them. And like, I was reading it, and then like, you know, a couple weeks later, like reports came out that like the first thing he does is he fires the linebackers coach, DBs coach, and passing games coach. And I'm like, oh, you mean the 3 parts of the defense that have been like the worst the last 3 years? Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
gee.
And like,
Wonder why we got rid of those guys.
Yeah, and the report came out that like he basically did it in front of the entire team too, like not behind closed doors with just the coaches. Like he made it a point, but like he's like making a point there. He's putting his stamp on the defense that this is his defense and he's running it the way he wants to run it. And he's like, and apparently, according to what they said, is he stated to the rest of the coaching staff and players, nobody's safe. Like it doesn't
Right.
matter how long you've been here. That it's his defense and he's running it.
It feels like one of those moments where he like comes out of his office with a clipboard and he just reads off a bunch of last names. Like, you're out of here. Then looks at everybody else in the locker room. Anybody want to go with them? No? Okay, good.
Yeah, practice starts tomorrow.
Right?
Basically, yeah, and apparently, like everyone was just kind of shocked because those were like some of the most tenured coaches in the building, and everyone kind of looked at Jerry, and Jerry's like, "Nah," like Jerry's fine with it, and they're like, "Wow, they're actually apparently turning a leaf in Dallas," and he's like, Jerry's finally gotten serious about winning again. I'm like, dude, better. He's almost 90. He's gonna die here soon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or Jerry's old enough that he was half asleep and has no idea what happened. Someone
that's
asked him a
also
question, he just talked out of his ass.
yeah, it's possible too. So, it's interesting to see what's going on, and that they actually might be, turning a new leaf here.
Yeah.
So,
But before we close the topic, I do want to give a quick hat tip to the 7 Cowboys, the 5 Eagles, and the 3 Colts that made the Pro Bowl this year. I guess the Cowboys win the Pro Bowl game.
I mean, one of them we traded for because it was Quinn and Williams.
Yep.
So, but that's the crazy thing. I mean, we have good players. We just can't fucking put it together for a game as a full team. That's the problem.
Bro, that has been the motto of Philadelphia these last 19 weeks of football.
Yeah, put it together.
We have a really good offense. They just don't play football. They they go for a draw on 3rd and long for some fucking reason every single time.
Sounds like something the Jets would do.
Football. It's the phrase that I heard coined in Philly radio for at least coined in my life. I've never heard before. Called the coward's draw. And it was like every time it was 3rd and long, he had no idea what to run. He was just like, fuck it, sensei, one up the middle with football, and it didn't work.
It's because you do it every 3rd and long. You gotta mix it up.
Yeah.
But that brings us into the next segment of the podcast, a word from our sponsor. That brings us into the recap of the conference championship, where the AFC side of the fence had the Patriots at the Broncos, where both Adam and I took the Patriots, and Pete was sick, so he didn't get to vote. But we were right. The Patriots won this one 10-7. And then moving on to the NFC championship, the battle for the NFC West, we had the Rams and Seahawks. And yeah, that one was easy to see coming, but it was closer than I thought it was going to be. 31-27.
This was a tale of 2 games, man. This is a game that was so amazing to watch and a game that was terrible and nobody wanted to watch.
I mean, I don't know about nobody wanted to watch. Some people like snow games. I like snow games. I enjoyed watching it.
The snow made it so hard to watch in that second half.
Oh, man. I know, but it was just to watch them when they do complete a pass, like to see them war against the elements. It's just so much more badass looking. And like, at the same time, no one scored after the second quarter, right? Like, it was crazy. And it was like nobody wanted to win the game. And how many missed field goals do we have? Like 4?
Yeah. See, I think this was the problem with this game too, is I think this is the problem with having, I mean, this would have been the same had Bo Nix even been there, I think. This is the problem with having quarterbacks that have never been in this situation too. I think we saw the spotlight hit Drake May. And I think the spotlight kind of got to him. And I also think we would have seen this with Bo Nix had he been there too, to be honest with you.
I mean, I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like there were 2 or 3 passes that were dropped. And I mean, I know drops are usually a receiver stat, if you will. But I think that especially in a backup quarterback situation, the consistency in which he throws the ball, the speed in which it hits their hands, even the way it's spinning, all of those things are different. So it makes it harder to catch the ball. And I think that everything else being equal, those three big passes probably would have been completions. Those probably wouldn't have been drops. And we would have had a different outcome of the game. I think Bo Nix not being in this game is what determined the outcome.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Pete on this one. When you have a game that is backup quarterback and a loss by 3, that is, if you'd had your starting quarterback, you would have won that game.
I don't know, man. Bo Nix has been, I mean, all season Bo Nix has been very inconsistent. So
He
it's
got him
hard
to
to
the
say that.
conference, though.
I mean, did he or did the defense?
A potato.
Yeah. I mean, but he's still the starter. He's still
Yeah.
been with the team the entire time. He still played all of those games. He still had all of those reps with the receivers. Even if one of those catches wasn't a drop, it would have changed a drive. And you change one drive, and the other team wins. Like I really think that Bo Nix was the big change.
But that brings us into our useless fact of 16 quarterbacks joined the league in 2018, but in the first round of the draft, we had Lamar Jackson, Josh Rosen, Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, and Baker Mayfield. And of all of those quarterbacks, Sam Darnold is the first one to make it to a Super Bowl. Why?
You know what? Here, you know
Same
what?
Darnold, different team, man.
And you know what? I'll say this. He played really, really well in that game, too.
Yeah, he did.
He played amazingly well. I got to give it to him. Like, unlike the divisional round where he played like garbage, he played fantastic in the championship game. Absolutely fantastic.
I got to share a quick moment. I was watching the Seahawks-Rams game with my kid, and she goes, "Isn't that the guy you said isn't very good?" And I go, "Yeah, he seems to be real good right now."
Yep.
It's like, yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tale of 2 weeks. Like, the week before, I know he had an injury, but like he went from having 90 yards and no touchdowns to 300 yards, man, in a week against a better defense. Like, I mean, San Francisco didn't. I mean, they were able to run all over San Francisco, so he didn't really have to throw it. But like, even when he didn't look good. Like, I mean, again, I give him credit. He played fantastic, and I tip my hat. So,
You know, it's funny. I've always had this weird soft spot in my heart for Sam Darnold, not because of him, but because of Frankie, my buddy, who one year he's a big Jets fan. For those of you who don't
Shout
know,
out to Frank.
yeah, and the year that Sam Darnold left the Jets, his fantasy football team name was Benedict Darnold, which I thought was very, very clever. And so I feel like this is like such a good ending to a story that in my head started with my buddy Frankie calling him a betrayer. And it's like, and then he went to the complete opposite side of the country. And now he's going to win a Super Bowl. And I love it.
That is great.
you know, this is one of those things where this was what makes being a like this is what makes things sometimes hard as with the quarterbacks in the NFL, because sometimes like situation, circumstance, and development can be so hard. 'Cause it's like sometimes you can't give a guy 8 years to develop like this because of the money that you got to pay these guys. It's like, I mean, the Jets couldn't wait 8 years and pay this dude hundreds of millions of dollars to hope he developed. You just couldn't do it. Like,
Right.
no one could. And you know what's crazy is that I think it was 2 years ago, because last year Darnold was in Minnesota. And the year before that, I'm pretty sure, like at some point, and maybe it's 3 years ago, halfway through the season, both Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield were on the Carolina Panthers at the same time.
I don't know about that.
I know they
22.
were. I just don't remember which season it was. I know it was a couple years ago.
2022.
Yeah.
For real? They were on
Yeah.
the same roster at the same
Yep.
time?
Same time.
Whoa. Okay.
And they both left. I'm pretty sure they both left. I'm pretty sure that Darnold went to Minnesota, and then that's when Baker left and went to Tampa after that season.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah. He
But
stopped
that
in LA though for the Rams. Baker did.
Oh, that's right. And Darnold was also in San Francisco with Shanahan for a little bit too.
San Francisco, yeah.
But that brings us into our Super Bowl predictions. Now, last week, Adam really far out predicted the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl, and that's still a viable option if you want to keep it Adam.
Yeah, I mean, watching the Patriots play, I don't see any reason to pick against the Seahawks at this point.
Yeah.
I was having an amazing sense of deja vu to the 2014 Super Bowl,
14,
I think
yep.
it was. Yeah.
Yep.
Where the Seahawks led for the vast majority of the Super Bowl, and then the Tom Brady Patriots came back and crushed them 28-24. And I see no reason to buck the trend. I think Patriots are going to take this one. Now, Pete, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
Sorry. A video started off playing in my headphones. Scared the hell out of me. Sorry. I am also picking Seattle to win the Super Bowl. To echo what Adam said, I really saw nothing in the Patriots to tell me that they're going to win this game. Drake May's been great all year. I know that I think he's still in the MVP conversation.
Yeah, they haven't announced it yet. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a possibility they may come back and win it. But I just feel like Sam Darnold felt like he was in such a zone in this game against the Rams, and it really just feels like his year to kind of prove it wrong, prove everybody wrong, everybody who's been saying the same things we've been saying, same Darnold, different team. Like it for him to go on and win the Super Bowl is the icing on the cake, and I think that's what's going to happen.
If Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl, do I have to apologize for all the shit I gave him over the years?
Nah, because nobody saw this coming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm okay with it.
I don't think so, because again, nobody would have saw this coming from the career arc he's had. And also, to be fair, until last week,
an arc has to go up. He was just down.
Yeah, I mean, he had that year in Minnesota, but again, until that year, he didn't play well. It was like a fluke season. And then this year, he played well until the last month of the season, and even in the playoffs, he didn't play well in the divisional round. He didn't. That divisional game against San Francisco, he didn't play well. So it's like, it wasn't until like the championship game that he played well. So, I mean, he hasn't played well until just last week. And it had been like a month, almost month and a half that he had played well. So he was starting to show that when the lights got bright again, he wasn't playing well. So they were still winning, but he wasn't necessarily the reason why until last week.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he wins, I'll eat my words and congratulate him. Absolutely. But I'm not going to apologize.
That moves us into the NFL Postmortem, starting with
the Colts. Oh, wait.
Different horse. The Broncos currently sitting at 15-4, having won over the Titans, Bengals, Jets, Texans, Packers, Chargers, the entire NFC East. The Raiders twice, the Chiefs twice, the Bills in the divisional round, but losing to the Patriots in the conference. Pete and I had them on the outside of the bubble looking in, while Adam had them making the wild card. They took Jadi Barron and R.J. Harvey. I remember I had the worst time pronouncing Jadi Barron.
Yeah, I remember that.
I see nothing wrong with this team. They got a bad hand dealt to them. They're going to be fine. You keep everything this year and start over again next year. You're going to do this. You're going to do great.
The only thing I would say maybe is like look for a better tight end because Evan Ingram just disappeared. Their tight end,
yeah,
just disappeared on him.
Yeah,
Other
that's
than
fair.
that, like maybe bolster a little bit of the line, possibly. Like, but yeah, this team is in good shape. Maybe get a
I
better
could see
backup
that. Yeah, I could see
quarterback.
that being a landing spot for Goddard because I've heard that Philly's talking about getting rid of him. Not talking about getting rid of him, but his
He might.
contract's going to be expensive.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
yeah,
what Goddard's what like 31, 32 now, something like that. He's getting up there a little bit. He's been around
yeah. I
for a
don't think
while.
he's quite there. I think he's more like 28, 29.
Really? It feels
Look
like
it up.
it just maybe just because it feels like he's been around forever.
Yeah.
Like I've just been hearing his name just forever. It just feels like he's older. So
Oh, you're
I
right.
mean,
He's 31.
okay.
Yeah.
Practically a corpse.
I mean,
he's a
his
tight end, so he might got
a little
couple
bit
years
because
left.
tight ends have that they take that some of that abuse that linemen do, so they kind of get some of that the lineman abuse along with receiver abuse. So it's like they kind of get the like both worlds like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's one of those like him and like Brent Selec. Like I just feel like those guys. I just heard their names just forever. It's
My
like
God, I know.
it just never went away. It's like no, go away. Go
Yeah.
retire.
Selleck played for like 12 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
All in Philly too. And then he started selling real estate in Philly. And he had a billboard that was right outside the stadium. And he had, oh my God, he went and got like a spray tan. So his face was
Wow.
orange. And he had that that like divorced 30-year-old something haircut
Yeah.
where the guy like shaves the sides and it sticks straight up on the top, and he dyed it like a color that he used to have when he was a kid, but now it looks like peach because he got red from a box. And it was like, oh my God, Dallas, what did you do? And it was like, come sell your house. Or not Dallas,
Brent
Selleck. It was like, Brett, man, come sell your house with Brett Selleck. It was like the corpse of Brett Selleck, maybe.
Who's the I forget which one was the tight end that was in Philly that went to Washington the last couple years?
Ertz. Zach Ertz.
Ertz, that's who it is. Yeah, Ertz and Goddard. I'm like, dude, just leave the NFC East, please. Please leave the NFC East.
Dude, I want to know who we're going to replace Goddard with, because like we have just had tight end after tight end after tight end, and like Calcaterra, he's okay as a number 2 tight end, but he's not an amazing tight end.
No, because you basically went from Selec to Ertz to Goddard,
right?
And it's like, dude, like you went from like basically you've had almost like a top 5 to 7 tight end in the league for the last like 15 years, basically, maybe 20
nice.
at this point.
Yeah,
I'm like,
nice.
this is bullshit.
I do wonder what we're gonna do now, though.
Draft one somehow, somehow this year in the draft, Howie Roseman will like pick one up in the 3rd round.
Yeah, that's fair.
That would be funny. Finds that diamond in the rough.
That's how he does it. I mean, he'll find one like the 3rd or 4th round, and just his rookie year, he'll be like a top 10 tight end. It's
right. And somehow he'll manage to get some other team to trade him that draft pick, but he'll trade down, so they'll give him a whole bunch of stuff, and then he'll end up with a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
It is hilarious how he does that. It's like Jedi mind powers. You will give me your important trades.
It's so funny because it's like, the only time the Eagles have been very bad in recent history is when they took GM away from Howie Roseman, gave it to Chip Kelly for 2 years. He destroyed it, and they gave it right back to Howie Roseman. Like,
what did we learn?
There was like maybe a couple of years, like in like 2000, maybe 2001, they were like not great.
Yeah, well, that was right when Howie started. Yeah,
like they were
before his trade started kicking in.
Yeah. So it's like, jeez.
But moving on to the last team of the postmortem, the Rams currently sitting at 13-7, having won over the Ravens, Saints, 49ers, Seahawks, Buccaneers, Cardinals, Lions, the entire AFC South, the Panthers in the wild card, the Bears in the divisional, but losing to the Seahawks in the conference. Way to go, guys. Pete and I had them making the wild card round, but Adam had them making the divisional. We were all a little off.
I was right.
Yeah, but
Like, what are you
You
talking
didn't
about? It was spot on.
you didn't have them making the conference round.
No, but I had him in the divisional at least.
Very good. Terrence Ferguson in the first round and Josiah Stewart in the second.
Yeah. The biggest thing with this team, honestly, you need a backup you need a successor plan for Stafford. Dude's like 37, 38 years old. He's going to last maybe a season more. Like, I don't even know if this, I mean, hell, this might have been his last season. We don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he was having back problems in preseason. He probably played through those back problems all season long. But, like, I mean, Stafford's old at this point. You can't expect him to play too much longer if he does continue to play. You need a new quarterback. You need a quarterback at this point. That's really what this team needs.
Trade up for Mendoza.
No, don't trade up for Mendoza. Like,
it's not just that Stafford's been playing for 18 years or 17 years, but like the first 10 of that or so, 12 of that was in Detroit, and like not for nothing, like that team, they would get beat up, like they were terrible, and like he has been consistently good even though he's been on a bad team. I hate to say it. I feel like this was it. This was his last shot. It wasn't good enough. Like I know he's got a Super Bowl before, right?
Yeah, he did get that first year when they traded him for Goff. Yep.
I don't see him doing a moonshot again. Like I think this is what it was. It was like, strap in, boys. I'm 37 years old. I got one more run in me. Let's get all the way there. And then Sam Darnold showed up and slapped you down. And I don't think he comes back from this. He might play next year, but I anticipate an Aaron Rodgers like style.
I think a fall off is coming. At this point. Which, I mean, I'll give him credit though. He's gotten better almost every single year. Even this year, he still is getting better. Like he's still playing really, really well, even though he was hurt. Like I'll give him credit. But yeah, that's the biggest thing I think this team needs. They need to find the successor. Very like this year or next year, they have to find something. So, like, other than that, like I said, I mean, your receiving core is stacked and good. Your running back core is really good. You've got really good tight ends. You've got a good offensive line. Like, defense is good. Like, that's the biggest thing right now is you have to find the successor. Like, honestly, if he's still there, like late in the first round when you're drafting, if they have their first round pick this year, I'm not sure if they do or not. I don't know if Carson Beck might not be a bad pickup in the first round because you could then get 5 years to help develop him. And if Stafford does play this next season and he sits for a year behind him, that may not be a terrible thing.
Just make sure you pass on Pavia. Don't even dip your toe in that pool.
Dude, did you see what his listed height is? Like
Pavia?
Yeah.
No.
So Pavia's listed height is 5'11".
Okay. He seems like a short 5'11".
So his listed hold on. His listed height is 5'11". They measured him for the Senior Bowl. He measured in at 5'9".
That sounds closer to the truth.
You're not drafting a quarterback at 5'9" for the NFL. 5'9". I'm sorry, dude.
You won't be able to see over the offensive line.
Dude, Drew Brees
you must be this tall to ride this ride.
Like Drew Brees was like what, 6 foot, maybe 6'1".
I think
Doug
that's right.
Flutie's been like the only short quarterback that was really successful. I think he was like 5'10", and Doug Flutie was an anomaly.
I argued that he wasn't really that successful. He was mostly famous because he drop kicked a field goal one time and he made Flutie flakes. What else did he do?
He was good. He stuck around for a while.
In college, I hear he was good, but yeah, he was a starter for a little bit, but didn't he even go up to the CFL and play there for a while too?
He played there first and then came back and came to the NFL, like Warren Moon did.
I don't know. Doug Flutie, I think, is it's like Joe Namath. Like, I don't think they were ever good. They're just famous quarterbacks for some reason. Joe Namath at least has a Super Bowl to his name. Flutie Flake, Doug Flutie's got a dropped kick field goal. the only one in the NFL to ever have done it.
Do you want to hear something hilarious? Pavia's player profile for Vanderbilt's has him at 6 foot.
No, not a clue, not a chance. I'm taller
I
than
was
Pavia.
like, was he standing on a book?
Or
Goodness.
2.
Or 2?
If he's
But
5, if he's, I was gonna say like if he legitimately measured in at 5'9", you need like 2 full versions of Moby Dick to get to 6 feet tall.
Yeah, Jesus. I mean, Mike Vick was 6 foot, and when he would drop back to the left and King Dunlap was playing left guard, he could not throw the ball over the middle. Like, he couldn't see the middle of the field at all. And that's just what's going to happen. Like, you're literally not going to be able to see over the offensive line. Like, King Dunlap was 6'9". Like, he was tall as shit. But that's what it's going to be like. Like, it's going to be like Mike Vick standing behind King Dunlap and not being able to see the entire middle of the field. Like, that's why Vick's career floundered in Philly, because they gave him the wrong fucking tackle. He had a 72% completion ratio the season before Dunlap became the starter. Anyway, don't get me started on Mike Vick.
It also doesn't help that it also doesn't help that Vic was left-handed, so he had to roll to his left, not his right.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So that
You
was
put a
also,
fucking
that's also the
billboard
problem.
as his left tackle. Like,
Yeah, if he was right-handed, it wouldn't have been a problem.
yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, that's going back to LA though. Like if I was LA, and like I said, if he's there late in the first round, I'd draft Carson Beck, who was the Miami quarterback this year, who's coming out because he was a senior. So, I mean, if I'm pretty sure he's coming out. If he is, I mean, that's who I would take and probably have him sit for a year, because you get 5 years on a rookie contract for first round picks. So use a late round pick to pick him up, have him sit for probably a year, have Stafford come back, and let him develop. And then you have at least a decent chance of having, at least you have a successor plan in place for when Stafford retires. Or not. I mean, you see him for a full season, and if you don't like what it looks like in practice, you have a chance for something else, you know?
So I've been meaning to ask you guys this question. If the Raiders take Mendoza, and they probably will, does he start week 1?
Knowing the Raiders, yes. I don't see why he wouldn't.
How much do you think Tom Brady is going to influence these decisions? I think that begs
a good
the question, because you have to
question.
remember Tom sat behind Grossman his
Bledsoe?
first year.
Bledsoe.
Bledsoe, sorry. His first year. So I mean, Tom may be like, listen, if you're going to draft this guy, you got to sit him at least half the season, because maybe he knows. Tom Brady, if Tom Brady knows anything, it's football. Like,
Yeah.
and quarterbacking specifically, I should say.
Yeah.
And I know he only owns 10% of the team, but it's still Tom Brady, and he's still an owner. Like,
he's still a powerhouse in the football sphere.
I mean, the Raiders don't even have a coach yet either.
Right.
That's right. They got rid of Pete Carroll.
Yeah, Pete Carroll's fired. They don't even have a coach. So it's like they still have to get a coach at this point.
Oh, then maybe they don't pick a quarterback. Maybe they trade their first draft pick away. Because, like, the coach is going to come in and he's going to be like, I mean, here's the question. Are you making the decision, I'm drafting this quarterback, before you pick your coach? Or are you going to let your coach make the decision of who you're going to pick? Because,
no, I mean, yeah, it depends. I mean, it depends on how sold you are on Fernando Mendoza as an NFL-style quarterback.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's the biggest question. I mean, he looked good this season, but when you look at the games where he played against top-level defenses, he didn't look great.
He struggled.
Yeah. Like, he played great against the, like, not good teams, but I mean, so that's going to be kind of what you're going to have to, I mean, but you have to look at the whole thing. So I say the Raiders probably do draft him, though, more than likely. I mean, the Raiders need a quarterback. He was also by far the best quarterback this year, and he was good last year, too. I'm not saying he wasn't, but So they probably drafted them. They probably bolster their offensive line this offseason too. They've already got a they've already got a good running back. So I could see him drafting Mendoza, but it's going to be, they need to coach first. Like I said, I think, because we still have the Steelers, the Cardinals, the Ravens, and the Raiders still don't have head coaches yet.
I think that's right.
So, I mean, we'll see what the head coaching positions for those happen. So that's going to be the big thing still. Yeah.
We're still missing our offensive coordinator. Because as it turns out, if you egg your offensive coordinator's house during the season, when he leaves at the end of the season, it's very difficult to replace him.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Nobody wants to come to Philly.
I'm surprised it took this long to get the reputation that Philly fans are fucking nuts.
I mean, we had the reputation. I think this was finally the nail in the coffin that like crossed the line. It's like, it was one thing when you were throwing batteries at the guy in the outfield. It was one thing when you're throwing snowballs at Santa Claus. It's one thing if you're eating horse shit after the hockey team wins or whatever the hell they do with the horse shit. I don't know why. This is a real thing that people do in Philadelphia, if you didn't know about this. As a way of celebrating, I think it's the Flyers. People eat horse shit. It doesn't make any sense.
So don't be a Flyers fan ever. Got it.
Yeah. I've never seen it in real life. I've only seen it on the internet. That's why I can't really remember what team they're repping. It's probably the Eagles, and I'm blocking it out and just blaming it on my least favorite team. But I'm going to continue to say it's Flyers fan.
And remember, Santa started it.
Santa did start it, man. He was a drunken asshole who started booing the crowd. Like,
all right, Adam, bring us home.
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on Santa's the drunken asshole.
Well, he was.
Oh my god. On that note, Pete, what do you got for final thoughts besides Santa's a drunken asshole?
So we've got the Royal Rumble coming up this weekend. It's a big pay-per-view. Unfortunately, it's going to be in Saudi Arabia, and there's that. But it is still wrestling. It's still good shit. There's going to be a women's Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, which actually is kind of cool. So we should see it. And other than that, not much. What do you guys got?
Indiana Fever tickets for all you WNBA fans out there are on sale. I encourage you to go watch Caitlin Clark light it up on the court.
All 25 of you.
All 25 of you.
Oh, man. Yeah, we also have the NBA in full swing. We're actually coming up on the NBA All-Star game here in a couple weeks out in Los Angeles. That will be actually over Valentine's Day weekend, which I don't know why they keep doing it. I think I said this last week too. But that we have that coming up, and yeah, that's going to be about it for us this week, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode of the Geeks and Greeks podcast. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. And don't forget, you can also find us on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok at Geeks and Greeks. Until next time, may the coin toss of life ever be in your favor. Later, guys.
See ya.
Peace.
I don't believe you're seriously considering listening.